welcome back to the channel. I'm Natalie from the Moonshadow Garden, and I had pneumonia for the recent 3 weeks, and that's the reason why there haven't been any readings. But in the time where I had, enough time to contemplate, I thought that in my client work and in my daily work, I like to intuitively and intensely work with my clients. And that is what I found with the readings that I kind of lacked. I wanted to work with you, together with your intuition. And so what we're trying this month, because I'm still not healthy and I can't talk as much, we're trying out something that I'm very excited about and very giddy about, is that you get to pick your own journey, your own card. I want you to work with your own intuition, and so this is a pick a card reading for Libra season and October. In each reading we will have kind of a storyline. The thing is, there will be one card as the general theme, one card as issues that might come up or things that you should be focusing on, what could be the potential solution, and whatever you should be focusing on as we head towards the next month. What I want for you is to get comfortable, to have some minutes of uninterrupted space, and let's look at the cards. Okay, here we are with the 4 groups. Group number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. If you're having a hard time choosing, I would suggest not choosing with your eyes, except if you have like a preference for one of these animals or objects that initially and instantly is there. But if you notice that your mind kicks in, you might want to pause the screen right now. And I know this sounds silly, but trust me and work with me. Maybe it helps you too. Pause the screen and then hover your hand above the screen and see if there's maybe a tingly sensation. Maybe one stack feels more hot than the other. Close your eyes, give yourself a minute, breathe, calm down, and just sit for a moment. And then there should be a clear sign on which of those stacks to pick. Okay, let's start with group number 1, which is the whale group. Let's see what's up for you. So, the first card is your general topic. The second card is the problem or the issue that you might be facing. Then we have the third card, which is your solution. And the fourth card is what you should be looking out for when you go to the next month. So let's go through it, whale group. The first card is the 10 of Swords. Now this might not look very friendly. It seems like in the recent weeks or even years sometimes, it's literally being stabbed in the back. So it feels like you're exhausted. There's a little hope on the horizon, but what I'm getting here is that you have been pushing yourself way too hard, and that there have been certain signs that you have been ignoring, and now you feel like, okay, this doesn't work anymore. You feel like giving up or not even being able to work on anymore. There's a lack of energy. There's like this complete desperation with your life, with the planet itself, with nature. There's so much exhaustion and so much dark thinking. So it's even, I think, like this is more like a depressive episode, or you might feel weaker. Maybe you've even gotten sick. Yeah, there's a lot of darkness. If you even look at the whale up here, this matches perfectly. So there's a lot of, more subtle dark stuff going on. And the issue at hand is related to other people. While this may look like a happy card, in the context of 10 swords, 10 cups, this really tells me that you have been working for something really, really hard. And it's not really turning out the way you want to, or you feel like you've been stabbed in the back by your own family or the people closest to you. So this could have different meanings. Maybe you're also working too hard to create a family. Maybe you're struggling with fertility. But what I'm getting here is really there's a trust issue, and there is something happening with the people that you consider family. Maybe you're giving too much energy to everyone. Maybe you're just the one who manages everything, and you don't feel like you have the energy to put into the things that you really want, because you feel responsible about managing everybody else's life. And yeah, this is the issue. What you can do about it, interestingly enough, is the Magician. So what does the Magician represent? I know, I'm very sorry, we have a lot of airplanes all of a sudden. I hope they're not too loud. Wait a second, let's let this guy pass here. Hello, Momo. Hello. No spoiling. Okay. So the Magician is the person that realizes that they have everything at their hand. And the thing that the Magician is working with up here, the wand, it's intention. So the thing is, it's a question about leadership. It's a question about how are you going to use all the things that you have that at the moment you just do not see. But see, there's the yellow horizon, and here we have a yellow background, so it's kind of a foreshadowing of where you're supposed to be. So this is somebody who's really dead as can be. And this one is somebody who's eternally alive. We have the 8 here. And the thing about the Magician, I think what you should do is really take some time off, maybe even around the new moon, which is happening tomorrow, and look at it. Look at what is your intention. Where do you want to go? Where do you focus your energy? Where is your magic going? I feel like in the moment it's a little bit lost. It's a little bit scattered because you are investing all your energy into other people, other plans. There's bigger stuff on the horizon. So the thing is really take out a piece of paper and ask yourself the question, where do I want to go? How do I want to feel? And what do I have right now that I can use? Who can I ask for help? Because everything is at your table. We have the pentacles, we have the sword, we have the wand, and we have the cups. So everything that you need is right at your hands. As we move into the next season, at the end of October towards Scorpio season, you still see there's a lot of swords up here. And the swords again tell me you have to watch out that you're not getting back into the habit of over-exhausting yourself, because there is somebody out here that is not trustworthy. There is something out there working its kind of ways behind your back, where this person or these people or the kind of habitual pattern that you're repeating is not healthy for you and is not working for you. So the thing to watch out for is do not repeat the same thing over and over again. Be aware who are the people who are constantly not getting their life together, who are constantly in need of your help, and who are just taking and not giving back. Okay, group number 1. Interesting reading. Hope you got something out of that. Let's move on to group number 2. Okay, group number 2, the dragonfly. Let's see what's happening here. So the first card is your general topic. The second card is the issue at hand. Oh, very clear. The third card is your solution to that potential problem. And the fourth card is whatever is going to happen towards the next season, Scorpio season, the end of October. So if we're looking at this, if you start with the first card, things, especially emotions, maybe your own, maybe the emotions of other people, are a little going up and down. Things are not as calm, things are not as organized. Maybe it's a little bit chaotic at the moment. The thing is, you're the one who juggles everything, and to you, it's a lot easier than it seems. So while everyone around you is struggling, you're kind of the juggler here who has the potential to just go through the situation way easier than other people do. And so there could be a little bit of envy involved from your surroundings. But that's not the issue at hand. You're doing very well at the moment, even though things are chaotic and there's a lot going on around you. You are pretty much organized because you reduced whatever was on your table. So if you feel like a little bit lost in the chaos, the impulse here is to just do less. Focus on 1 or 2 or 3 things for the month, your main goals, and work on them. Do less. The issue at hand is kind of being lost. So there are so many choices that you have that you do not really know which one to pick. Which one is the best option? Which one is the safest option? Which one is, the most trustworthy of all of them? So there's a dude hidden beneath a blanket, kind of looking like Jesus, but there's a snake up here and there's a demon up here, but nothing is really what it seems. Everything is a little lost and hazy, and maybe you have wild dreams at the moment and you don't know how to interpret them. I'm, by the way, planning on a whole series about dreams, but for now, really, I feel like you should make a dream journal. If you could write down the dreams that you have early in the morning or when you have time for that, there are signs in there that will give you clues on what's happening here, what's going on here. The way to push through that is with intention. Again, as I've told you before, with the 2 of Pentacles up here, the thing that pushes through the kind of confusion is focused effort. All of these wands are pointing in one direction. It's really focused energy, focused movement, focused plans. If you can really push through that wall and fog of confusion just by moving, and moving intentionally. So the thing is, sit with it, journal your dreams, see what messages come up and how clear you can get on, okay, this is the next step, and then just do it. No procrastination, no too much wondering of what does all of this mean here. You have to push through the situation. And then there's a little standstill towards the end of the month. If we're looking at Halloween, there is a pause, a halt, a feeling of stagnation. So I feel like while you have been pushing through all the month, there's really a time to just accept that there's movement and then there's a pause, there's a halt. So do not get frustrated when towards October, the end of October, you feel like things aren't moving as fluid. I feel like this is a necessary pause that you need to take in order to then come back into movement again. So be aware that you potentially could be a little frustrated with the Hanged Man, with the pause, the forced pause, but use it as really some kind of a holiday. Enjoy Halloween, and just really use that kind of breather for the moment. Okay. Dragonfly, this was your reading. Let's move on to the dragon. Okay, hello dragon group. This is your reading. Let's move the dragon up here. Or maybe a little further that you still see him. And then your first card is the general topic. The second card is the issue at hand. The third card is the solution to the issue at hand. The fourth card is whatever is suggested towards the end of the month. And then you had a little extra card. I don't know why, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so first thing up is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a very stable card. So I feel like if you're not in a relationship or if you're dating, things become a little bit more serious. If you are building a new business and there are work partners in there, these are very stable contracts. So whatever is going on in your life right now, it tends to get more stable. There tends to be a little bit more celebration. So this is the classical wedding card. I don't know if weddings are up in the horizon right now for you right now, but this is something where things get clear. It's like a handshake. It's like, yes, we're going to do this. We're going to stay together through good and bad times. Things are getting a bit more stable with a lot of positive influx, the yellow background, a lot of energy that maybe was stagnant before suddenly starts to move. So this is really a happy, happy card. Next up is the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune tells me, in this case, that it's a little bit about dream big or go home. I feel like you haven't let yourself dream big for a longer time, and what you're being asked right now, funny, we have 4 wands here and we have 4 yellow beings here. So what are you going to do with all of that stability? Maybe you're not really trusting it. Maybe there are old issues here with the snake right here and the little demon. I think this in this case, this is sorrows or trust issues. There's something that wants to be released around the "this is too good to be true" topic. Maybe, yeah, there's a little bit of emotional work to be done here. Maybe it's a therapy session, maybe it's journaling, maybe it's a talk that you need to have with a loved one, where you tell them about your insecurities so that they can be released. Maybe it's a new moon ritual. Maybe it's a good bath. You know best what's working for you. But there is some kind of trust issues that need to be released. The way you go about the issue is you become very active about it. So it's not passively looking at it and just accepting it and maybe fantasizing about the issue vanishing, but you take action. You look at it head first, and then you just go about it. Take some action about it, so that I kind of like to say you meet the universe halfway. There's the horse, so there's a lot of maybe it's easier than you think. Maybe it's not as complex. Maybe it's not such a big issue. It doesn't take that much work from your side. It just takes the commitment of, okay, I'm going to look at this and I'm going to work on myself, and for the good of the others around me. So this is the action. What's happening towards the end of the season, if we look at Halloween and possibly the beginning of Scorpio season, is who are you putting up on a pedestal? There is maybe a little bit of insecurity, self-insecure, self-conscious, and you think that everyone around you has their stuff together, but you don't. And there's kind of an idolization of people around you happening, and I would be very aware of that. Who are you looking up to, and do they make you feel good, or do they make you feel insecure? That's a very important question. So be very aware of what are you feeding yourself with. What are the thoughts that you're having surrounding other people, regarding other people? Is this feeding you or not? So this is maybe a thought pattern, a habitual process of putting others on a pedestal and wanting to be like not yourself, but more like them because they seem more perfect. And this is a thought pattern that really needs to be questioned, because obviously it's got something to do with you having a sense of lack. Maybe a lack of money, maybe a lack of wealth, maybe a lack of not feeling good enough in comparison. So really, this is something you should be very aware of towards the end of the season and Halloween. So Dragon, things are very stable, and the things that you need to do is just work with it head on. It's not as much work as you think, and it works very well. Okay, group number 4. The black egg group. Let's start up here. Okay, so the first card is the general topic. The second card is the issue at hand. The third card is the potential solution. And the fourth card is whatever is happening towards the end of the season, when we move in Scorpio to Scorpio season. And then you had an extra card that's coming up. Okay, let's see. The general issue is there are a lot of tests that you are going through at the moment. So you are being literally tested with your patience, with your strength, with old patterns coming up, old discussions, maybe old people coming back into your life, things that you thought that actually were already over and they're kind of boiling back up again. The thing is, you now have the wisdom and the strength. So this is the strength card. You have the wisdom and the strength to actually handle the beast. This could also be internally, kind of old emotions, anxieties, dark thoughts coming back up, but now you're equipped to handle them way better than you did before. So this is a very, very positive card. And it feels like you could do this forever. So there's the 8 up here. It's like finding an eternal balance, some kind of strength, a seed that has not been there before. And if you're not feeling like that at the moment, let me tell you, sit with it for a moment and make a list of how you really are stronger than you thought. Make a list, 5 points, okay? Promise me, 5 points where you feel like, wait a minute, I'm dealing with this situation way better than before. And it's because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? The issue at hand is the King of Cups. So and this could be either a male figure in your life, maybe a partner that is kind of lost in their world at the moment. They're overwhelmed, but they're not really telling you, but it shows. So maybe that's somebody who really wants things to work out, but is very emotional about it. It's like you're being confronted with something where you don't really know how to handle that. And remember, it's not your business. It's not your fault. So whatever this person makes you believe, or the situation, this doesn't have to be a person. Maybe it's some kind of a situation that reminds you of your own childhood, and maybe a strict teacher or a fatherly figure that was unstable, and now you see that thing repeating itself. That's something where you need to learn that it's not about you, even if they make it about you. The solution is to focus on the things that are really working at the moment, because this is the victory card. So you have the strength, go back to the points where you really feel like, okay, I'm doing way better right now. And other people around you are noticing as well. So you are the one leading that kind of positive change, and you are able to be a role model for others, even if you don't consciously want to be that, or you're not consciously acting like that. Other people are watching you and they're celebrating your victories. So you really are actually surrounded by a lot of good people. Don't let that be messed up by 1 or 2 people who are just like in their stuff right now, going through it. This is where you are. You are at the victory place. And if we look at what's happening towards the end of the season, so close to November, it's my favorite card, the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is emotional overflow. Oh, it gets windy. I hope the microphone doesn't pick it up too much. So it's really from the strength here and the mastering of your own emotions. It's going to inspire others even more, and it makes you much more stable. So if you look at the waters of the person down here, this isn't calm water. If you look at it, there's even a fish jumping out here. This is very calm water. That's the spring, that's the fountain, it's overflow. It's giving from a very, very, very full cup. The extra card that comes up tells me that maybe you are very much ashamed or worrying about mistakes that you made in the past, maybe regarding even this person or this situation here. don't dwell on it. There are still cups here standing up. There's still so much working for you if you look at it. Don't focus on the negative. Don't focus on the mistakes that you've made or are currently making. Don't be hard on yourself, because that will kind of cost you. It will cost you everything that is good here. So your focus should be on the things that are working, on the moments where you are more stable. Be very aware what your own attention is doing to you. You are the one framing the situation with your own thoughts. Okay, group 4, that was your reading, my little black eggs. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of this. And if you did, maybe join the Moonshadow Garden, subscribe to the channel, and maybe share it with your friends. Okay, so next up, I think we will talk about the new moon. Another thing that I'm planning on doing is I'm much better in very concrete topics and talking one-on-one to people. The thing is, if you're interested, you can leave me a comment down below on a topic that could be as personal or as general as you like, where I can give you a reading. And then I decide, depending on how much upvotes your question got, if I'm going to do the reading. So yeah, go through the comments, look at what other people posted, give it a thumbs up if it's interesting for you, or leave your own comment below, and I will try to give that reading to you here on the channel. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and we will talk soon. Bye-bye.